Sam Darnold has been through it, right? He's had quite the journey to get to this position.
Yeah.
Battled adversity. One of my favorite pieces that I heard from Sam Darnold was talking about what his parents meant to him. Here is the Seattle quarterback.
Idol, a man, a woman you looked up to in your life as a kid?
Yeah, I would say easy answer, my parents. Just my dad and my mom. Just about my dad, like him working the job that he had. He had to get up super early. He had to get up at like 2 or 3 in the morning every morning, go to work, and then he got to come home around 1 or 2 p.m. every day, and he would sit on the couch for a minute, maybe take a nap, shut his eyes for a little bit, a little power nap, but and then right when I got home from school, he was so eager to just play catch with me in the front yard or the backyard, or if I had practice, he was always there. So he always kind of just found that energy, no matter what his day looked like, to spend time with me, my sister. My sister also playing club volleyball. She was probably at volleyball practice until 9 p.m. and he was always there, just watching her practice and taking her back home at around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Like, he's just such an idol for me that way, just with his work ethic.
Pretty cool stuff. I mean, to talk about the sacrifice that his parents made, his dad specifically, getting up at 2:30 in the morning, working, coming home, getting a quick nap, then taking Sam to train, his sister to train. It's unbelievable. And then here's one more quote from Sam Darnold, a little bit of sound on him sharing this moment with his dad was really, really special.
I love you. I love you. I love it. We won every game. I love you. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
We're proud of you, Dad. Get it.
I'm here because of you guys. You believe in me. I love you.
Believe in yourself.
All right. had some ups and downs, but winning is fun.
Winning's fun.
He said, I'm here because of you guys. You guys believed in me. That is such a powerful statement that any parent should learn from. Now, just because you believe in your kid doesn't mean he's going to play in the Super Bowl one day.
Sure.
But I think of the value of believing in your children in any walk of life.
Right.
If you believe in them as a student, if you believe in them as a piano player, if you believe in them in their abilities, whatever God has given them to excel in, if you support them and you believe in them, it goes so much further than if you question them, if you doubt them, if you're overly critical of them.
Definitely.
Because we see a lot of people take the Tiger Woods motto, like, the Earl Woods, like, I'm going to berate you and I'm going to make you mentally tough because I'm just going to crush you. That is one lesson that I'm looking at as a parent myself. I try to tell my daughters all the time, I believe in you guys. I believe in what you're capable of doing. And you see the power of that belief right there on full display.
Absolutely, 100% love everything about this video, man. Growing up, we didn't have a ton monetarily. We weren't like the most well-off family there ever was. But I can tell you, man, I was blessed with just an inordinate amount of love and support from my mom and pop. And there were things, if it was naivety, maybe it was, but it was just support where I'm telling you, man, they put a battery in my back, make me think that I can do certain things, like things that I never should have been able. Like, my dad, for whatever reason, never thought for one day that I wouldn't play in the NFL. I was a walk-on at a small school, and he would tell his friends, my son's going to go to the league. And I'm like, now in hindsight, I look back and I'm like, this guy's crazy. Same as I was crazy. But like, just hearing him say it, it made me feel like I have to hold him, like I have to do it because he believes I can do it. And B, just the thought that he believed in me enough to think that of me always did it for me. Now I'm dealing with it with my 8-week-old, right? My 8-week-old doesn't want anything in the world from me monetarily, but I'll tell you, man, there is something to her knowing when I pick her up and I hold her and I talk to her, just the importance of her daddy being present and being there. It's everything to her. That's all she knows. And that's something like I think we're born with, right? Just that innate ability to just dad and mom be there. Be there when you're supposed to be there. Just pour love into your kid. And it's incredible how much it must correlate to success. We heard Tom Brady a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They asked him the same question at the podium, some little kid, and he almost like breaks down and bursts into tears, like, and talks about his pop, like, immediately, right? I know you and your father are incredibly close till this day.
My dad was so powerful in the words that he spoke to me as well. Like, my dad was very similar to Darnold. Both my parents, they always made a point. One of them were going to be there at every game, like, to support me. And they, they would never, my dad was not a big yeller and screamer, yelling at officials or overly the top. He was just there. Like, he's pretty quiet. He's like a gentle giant. Same thing with my mom. She would sit there when I was in the NFL and she would pray, like, just don't get hurt. Like, that was what she was thinking. She just didn't want to see her baby get hurt. But one of them would be there to support me. And that was always like the message of them. And now I realize some of the sacrifices that they made just to be there. Like, they had to shuffle things around and made a lot of sacrifices just to be there, just like Darnold's dad did.
Yeah.
And that just the presence of them and the support that they gave me and the words that they spoke to me were so powerful. And you have to be so careful with the words that you speak to your children, because they hear, if you say, you're not good enough, they're going to hear that and it's going to resonate with them.
For sure.
But if you tell them, hey, that was a bad practice, but you'll be fine. You're better than that. You can be better than that. That goes such a long way. It is so powerful.
And you know what I learned like a month ago? I hear you saying the words they gave me and they were. Dude, your dad's like that today. We had a Stephen A. Smith thing where you jumped on with PBD Podcast on the home team, and your first thing was, can we get my pop a ticket? He wants to be there for this. He did the exact, sat in the back, chilled quietly, and when I talked to him about you for 10 minutes, he was glowing, bro. So it's no, and guys, take that as advice. Take that as like an example, right? Danny's dad did it, poured it into Danny, and Danny's pouring it into his little girls right now. You can hear it every time I talk to him about it, and I start bouncing stuff off him. Now that I have a little girl, I ask him, what's the deal with this? And he just glows, man. And it's something that as a parent, as a father, even as a husband, the kids pick up on, and it's things like that you may overlook at home. But they do, man. They permeate the kids, and the kids live it, and that's what they know. That's their example, man.
Nicky Memori is a stud for Seattle. I'm curious. Julius found this bit of sound, which looked pretty good. His mom's Nigerian.
She's a sweetheart.
Doesn't understand all the hype. Let me hear this.
You expecting to go over there to San Francisco to watch this game, to watch your son?
To be honest with you, I don't know. Everybody keep asking me, do you know what you are going for? I said, Super Bowl. They said, do you know how many people died to go to Super Bowl? I'm like, how? I don't know. I have opportunity to go there. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is something big that I don't know. It's big. I don't know what I'm expecting. All I'm going there is to shout, yeah, Super Bowl, touchdown, we win. That's it.
Oh, that's incredible. I love it. Little naivete on the Super Bowl, but I bet once she watched that performance, she sees the Super Bowl parade now. Yeah. I think it's going to hit her. What a big deal it is to be a Super Bowl champion.
It's funny, man. I have a game I remember in college where I would turn up. Shoot, my mom was like that. My mom was like that mom, like Nicky Memori's mom. I would turn around, and in college, man, I was just getting used to people being there, and I would turn around and see my mom looking at me on the sidelines. And after the game, I'd be like, Ma, the defense was on the field. What are you looking at me for? She had no idea what's going on. I'm just here to see you. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just here to show you love and support. And it was like that forever. And my mom was kind of like that. But that's so cool, man. I love it.
Did you see, I don't know if you remember during the national championship run for Miami, they went to the finals, lost to Indiana, of course. Mark Fletcher, their running back.
Yeah.
His mom doesn't like to fly.
Okay.
And so she drove to the Cotton Bowl, was their first round game. Then I think she had to go back to the Fiesta Bowl.
Right.
She drove like 30,000 miles to go support her son because she was like, I'm not missing the games. And, usually you play in the ACC, you don't have to drive that far. She was driving all across the country, just support her kid. It was pretty cool. And it's that type of support, man, that parents love that makes every kid, just swell up with pride when they see the sacrifices and the lengths their parents will go to support them. Pretty cool stuff there.
That's the Kenneth Walker clip. Did you hear the Kenneth Walker clip? I was trying to figure out what parent I heard it from. And by the way, Mark Fletcher, his dad is a kind of a real heartbreaking but like loving story about his time going to Miami because of his pop and stuff. Guys in the back, you guys might be able to pull it up. If you see Kenneth Walker, he said it's the first time his dad was ever at one of his games.
Really?
Because his pop hates large crowds. Oh. But obviously this one was so important that he was like, I had to have my dad here. My dad had to be here, and he came over. But that's when you said that, it made me think of this right away. Like, he talks about how his dad being there was so important to him, and he doesn't like crowds, so he almost never comes. But for this one, it was his first game.
I got my mom, my dad, and my little brother. It means a lot, especially my little brother and my dad. My dad, he comes out to Seattle all the time to watch games, but he never goes to the game because he don't like crowds. So this is his first NFL game, and, you know, we won a Super Bowl, so it means a lot to me, and I know you're proud of me, for real. I got my mom.
That's pretty awesome, right?
Very, very cool. Love seeing that. Love seeing the parents do whatever it takes to go see their son, even if it's for the first time. You know, even if it's something where it's on that stage, to be there has got to make Kenneth Walker. Maybe that's what inspired him to get that MVP.
Yeah, and don't be surprised. I really do think that there's something to that strong family foundation and success at a high level, man. You guys can speak to it, right?
Yep.
Being able to come from a place where you go home to some comfort and some stability, it's a huge thing, man. It's a great asset and a great, you know, advantage for a lot of kids that, you know.
Yeah, no doubt.